Okay, guys, I'm here to give you my Smackdown review. Final stop for WWE going into the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Eh, they did a good job getting the angles over. I'll give them that. They got over every rivalry that they needed to get over on SmackDown. Um, but it's just like I was expecting a little bit better from the pre-show, and I was expecting the Shield to do more. And the Shield kind of looked weak on the show, but it made sense, I guess, because they have a title match, so they're going to probably look real strong at the pay per view. So they probably don't want to make them look too strong going into the pay per view, if that makes sense. It's just like I don't really wasn't a fan of this show. It was still better than Raw, I think, um, because some of them we had good matches in there. Overall, though, not a really a good show as they've been putting on because I think SmackDown's actually been pretty the best show of WWE right now. So that's just my thoughts. Let's just get to the review. This SmackDown review is from May 17th, 2013. And we have JBL, Michael Cole, and Josh Matthews on commentary. Tells you what's going to happen with Randy Orton and Big Show going on Miz TV and Jack Swagger and Alberto Del Rio stuff. Then we get Miz TV with Big Randy Orton and Big Show. Miz introduced them both. The Miz says that this is the most hype match on the pay-per-view, which doesn't make sense because well, actually, yeah, I think he's just trying to hype the match, but really the match isn't the most hyped one on the pay-per-view. It's not even hyped at all to me. Not hyped for it. Um, then he talks about he tries to hype it up though, talking about how Big Show knocked out Randy Orton on Raw and Orton RKO'd him, ambushed him from behind, but it didn't. Big Show says that the only way he can hit the RKO is from behind. He's not going to have to use weapons to beat Randy Orton. He's just going to use his fist, and he calls it the TKO. I think that means the total knockout. Randy Orton says that's a good assumption. The outcome's going to prediction, and he made a mistake by trusting Big Show, and he's gonna have to trust him to say that he's going to destroy Big Show. Um, then Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter come out. Zeb Coulter says that the most memorable thing on the pay per view is going to be him becoming making Alberto Del Rio say I quit. He's gonna become the world champion, and he's going to become the world champion. Well, he's gonna be the number one contender for the world championship, and no one's gonna be walking across their borders anymore. And then Del Rio comes out and says the most memorable thing will be making Jack Swagger say I quit. Mark Henry comes out and he says that the most memorable thing will be him dragging Sheamus around the ring to touch in the strap match. Sheamus comes out and says that he will beat Mark Henry in the strap match. He doesn't want to wait till Sunday. He has a strap behind his back and he goes after Mark Henry and Sheamus, Orton, and Del Rio fight off. Oh my gosh. All fight off Big Show, Mark Henry, and Jack Swagger. Teddy Long comes out and makes the main event. Randy Orton, Alberto Del Rio, and Sheamus versus Mark Henry, Jack Swagger, and Big Show. We get Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns with Dean Ambrose versus the Usos. Roman Reigns pins one of the Usos after the spear. They attack that Uso after. Kofi Kingston comes out and makes the save, but he gets thrown outside the ring. Then he hits Dean Ambrose with a steel chair. So I'm actually I'm not thrilled that they looked weak, since they took out Undertaker by but they can't take out Kofi Kingston. But the Shield are gonna look real strong at Extreme Rules, so I guess they kind of hold back on them this week, but they are gonna look real strong at Extreme Rules. I expect them that to happen. Extreme Rules ad hypes up the Triple H Brock Lesnar match. Teddy Long's backstage. He's talking to how happy Miz is back and he has conflict. And Damian Sandow comes up and says that he isn't. He says that we were all better off without the Miz, and he gives Teddy Long the idea of having the Damian Sandow show, and he can be the host, and he can have Teddy Long help produce it. And JBL says, "I think that's a great idea." And JBL had a lot of great lines today. He also said earlier when Teddy Long made the main event that Teddy Long's drunk with power. So I think he had a lot of great lines tonight. I'm going to tell you more about it. So then Teddy Long says that he makes a match between The Miz and Damian Sandow. It shows Ryback in just Cena Moore from Raw. Tons of Funk versus the Primetime Players. Sweet Tea and Brodus Clay sandwich Damian Young and do the double splashes to him as well, and Brodus Clay pins him for the victory. WWE app ad. It's different, but it's still kind of the same. Extreme Rules moment. It shows Fandango attack Chris Jericho after the dance off. We got Chris Jericho versus Antonio Cesaro. Great match here. Chris Jericho does a springboard drop kick. Cesaro wears him down with headlocks and backbreakers. And then at one point Jericho tried to go for the loss, but Cesaro fights out of it. He tried to go for the neutralizer. Jericho fought out of that. Jericho tried to go off the top rope and take him out, but Cesaro countered into an uppercut, which was awesome. Then he tries to go for that gut wrench throw that he does, like Jack Swagger's gut wrench powerbomb, but it's like a throw. But then Jericho reverses it into the walls of Jericho and makes Cesaro tap for the win. So I thought that was a nice match. Then Fandango's music hits and Summer Rae comes out. And Fandango tries to ambush Chris Jericho from behind, but he fights him off and gives Antonio Cesaro the code breaker. Even though this happened, I still say Chris Jericho's winning at the pay-per-view. It shows Jack Swagger versus Biggie Langston from Raw. Extremist video. I'm glad that the We the People videos are back. They haven't done them in a while. I'm glad they're back. I don't know why they kind of stopped them. They do it once and then they don't do it. He talks about how it's people say that what they've been saying about America has been too extreme, and he thinks that it's extreme that the people are not dealing with the problems in America. He kind of goes through the problems, and he says that the major problem is Alberto Del Rio is trying to be like them, to get you to cheer for him because he's like them. He says that he's going to make Alberto Del Rio quit, and Jack Swagger won't quit because real Americans don't quit. And then Jack Swagger says, "We the people." So that was really it. Raw ad hypes Raw. Damian Sandow versus The Miz with Cody Rhodes on commentary. It was an okay match. Cody Rhodes, when Damian Sandow's taking the control, he gets on the mic and says to everyone to start cheering for Damian Sandow, to get out of your seats and cheer for Damian Sandow and show him some respect, and then he gets back on commentary. Then Miz wins with Miz tries to put him in the figure 4 leg lock, but Cody gets on the apron, Miz knocks him off, then he gets the figure 4 leg lock in, and Sandow taps out. Still, they are trying to build it up, I guess, but they're not really building it up. But I think the match at the pre-show could be good because Cody Rhodes and Miz are both good wrestlers. WrestleMania 29 ad, the DVD ad. Oksana versus Caitlyn. I didn't watch the actual match, but I watched Caitlyn gets one of those things, where you little video things, and it shows her getting a bouquet of flowers and some kind of hat glove thing. They need to kind of tell us who it is soon because it's just getting old. I think they should just tell us soon before the Divas title match or when they with AJ or when they actually have it. Because it's just getting old. I want them to, because if they don't tell us soon, then it's just gonna, they have to tell us. And don't make it someone stupid. I can picture it being the Great Hornswoggle or someone. I really don't really care, but it like don't make me care about it. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Um, as for the match, I didn't really watch it. I was listening to music, the Aces and Eights theme song. That's actually the one with lyrics. The one with the lyrics is a really good theme song, I think. And I listened because in history class today we're learning about the suburbs. And we listened to Suburbia. Definitely you need to check that out. It's a good song. Um, but I did look up occasionally. But I wanted to mention something funny that JBL said. He said that Caitlyn's secret admirer could be Brett Favre, the NFL player. So I thought that was kind of funny. So yeah, but Caitlyn beats Oksana with the spear. Then we get Triple H, and it shows the Triple H and Brock Lesnar rivalry, what's been going on. Then we get Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus, and Randy Orton versus Mark Henry, Jack Swagger, and Big Show with Seb Coulter. During this, it shows the 12 rounds, 2 ad with Randy Orton in it. WWE Rewind, it showed how Dolph Ziggler got his concussion. And Extreme Rules added hyped up Ryback and John Cena. The weirdest thing about this match, I think, is before when Lilian Garcia made the announcement that Mikado was going to come out and introduce Alberto Del Rio. She did it in Spanish, and Mikado Rodriguez actually introduced Alberto Del Rio in English. So I thought that was kind of strange. He actually said that he's going to beat the man that's going to beat Jack Swagger and the best man alive or something like that. So, and I think that's what he says in English. So I thought that was pretty cool that they did that. The match itself, though, it was kind of what you would expect it to be. I wasn't expecting much from this match. Didn't care for it. I just don't really care for it. I'm not a fan of 6-man tag matches except the Shields because they're good. So yeah. But one part though what I thought was funny was when Mark Henry was dominating Sheamus because they were all dominating him, and he says, "Take your beating like a man, Sheamus." So I thought that was funny. But yeah, what pretty much happens though is Sheamus bro kicks Big Show on the outside of the ring. Alberto Del Rio gives Mark Henry the Insiguri, and he goes to do it to Jack Swagger, but then he gets caught in the ankle lock, and Randy Orton hits the RKO on him for the win. On Jack Swagger. But yeah, that was SmackDown. Not a really good show. I did like though the Antonio Cesaro Chris Jericho match, but it's not like a match I would really go out of your way to watch. But I did also like that Extremist video, but you can just go on YouTube and watch it. You don't have to go watch SmackDown to watch it. So SmackDown was kind of weak this week. And the 6-man tag was predictable. I don't get why they make 6-man tag matches anytime you need to solve a problem. Or like a tag match. You know what I actually would have liked to see a battle royal with all the 6-man people, with all the people in the 6-man tag team match. Because that actually would have been more entertaining. They don't do a lot of 6-man battle royals. I want to see those because they were using it. I did like though, the thing I also liked though was that they did try to get all the stuff over for Extreme Rules last touch. They got the last touches on them. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I will be out with my predictions video tomorrow of Extreme Rules and maybe WB Champion, maybe some videos in the between. I'm gonna do more top 50 WWE Championship matches because they're good. But that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.